Daybreak just arrived, and I'm having, oh, hang on, it's saying you can't hear me. Do I need to, there we go. All right, you should be able to hear me now. And this is just going to be straight up live. Why does it keep saying it can't hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Hello? I think we're pushing the volume button. All right, let's try that now. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I'm just going to go on Facebook and tell everyone we're doing this. And then I'll start learning the rules. This will be live and unedited and terribly exciting, and boy, that's taking a long time to load. How are you today, everybody? Editing is for losers. Okay, for some reason the internet is sucking. So I'm going to just try and set this up. Okay, now, how do we make it so that you can see what I see? That's there. No, that's not good. Yeah, okay. I need it to be a bit higher. Gonna go up. No, that's not working. Okay. I really wish you could go live in a different way. Alright, here we go. Oh, come on. Alright, so I'm just going to be talking to the camera and trying to explain things as I read the rules. So we'll see how we go. We have a board here that you can't really see. Okay, so Daybreak has this board here, which is where we track the carbon that comes out, and there are going to be it's basically a tracky thing. Like there's no areas. It's just a place to put cards. And then down here we have these tracky boards with cards that I'm trying to fill out. I do not have a top-down camera, so you're all just going to have to deal with my face as I learn this game. I'm going to be just talking to myself, and we'll see how we go. So what I've done so far is I have laid out, I'm playing a two-handed game while I learn, because sometimes that's easier than a solo game to learn with. And I've set up America and China. So America has a 6 energy demand. It produces 4 bad energy and 2 good energy. It has 1 ecological resilience, which is represented by this, and 1 infrastructure resilience, which is represented by red. China has an energy demand of 12. It is producing 9 bad energy, which I haven't finished filling out. So there's black and green basically. 9 bad energy. 112. Now these houses move very easily, but otherwise it's pretty good. And 3 good energy. This is a game about how we can actually change things. So let's see how well we model that. Okay, 3 good greeny things. They have 1 social resilience because they actually have people caring. They don't have any environmental resilience, however, because unfortunately China's been, well, you know, using its natural resources to a great extent. Then we add the number of communities in crisis to each board. So America has no communities in crisis, China has 1. So we have these little cute tokens that say we have communities in crisis. And I like that because it actually measures population issues, right? That's really important. One of my problems with games like The Cost is that they basically abstract, they represent the morality of capitalism and evil people. So for example, in The Cost, the only thing that killing people with asbestos can do to hurt you is to make it cost you money. It costs you money in lawsuits, and it costs you money as your plants get shut down by governments. But there's no measure of, oh, I actually killed people. And, you know, that's an interesting choice. and but it means it doesn't actually model the situation, or rather it models a situation with zero morality, and that's how people act, but we shouldn't, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to act it. So here you cannot simply just let people get screwed over, because you lose if people suffer. You cannot just let communities go to hell. Alright, so how to play. Daybreak is played in rounds until everyone wins or loses together. There is no player order. You will all play simultaneously. Rounds have 5 stages. The global stage. You have a global summit to review the forecast crisis and select a global project. Local stage. Players focus on their own boards, drawing and playing local projects to reduce emissions, clean energy, increase the resilience, etc. Players total the amount of carbon cubes generated this round. They sequester as much as they can. The rest goes into the terrible thermometer. And then we resolve the planetary effects and the crisis cards. And then we have a growth step. If we haven't won, we all have more population. That's bad. Okay, so the first thing that happens is what we call the global stage. What does that do? This is a very interesting rule book. It's less structured than the average rule book, so it's meant to be very friendly, lots of big spaces, but some of that has been sacrificed some clarity. For example, there is no list of components, which I found a little confusing. There's no, like, how many players does this game take? How long does this game take? I don't know why they made those choices. Anyway, the first thing we do is we add crisis cards. The number of temperature bands on the thermometer determines how many crisis cards you add. Which is over there. And we are at 1.2 degrees, and it says 3. So, draw that many cards from the crisis deck, placing one up into the forecast space, and the rest face down. Oh, one face up. Okay, so we draw crisis cards. These are these lovely big orange ones. We have 3 of them because, you know, things are bad, but things get worse as time goes on. We're already, oh, I see, right. We're already at 1.2 degrees over. We're trying to keep it under 2.0 degrees over. Good Lord. Okay, so we place one face up, and the rest face down. Now, hang on. I guess we don't get to choose. There's no limit. Yeah, okay, so we have, we have one that we can see. It goes face up. Doesn't say if we choose those. I'm going to put these over here, though. And 2 face down that are coming. Okay, so the first one we've got is deforestation. And that is something about cows. It says that we have to remove a tree per player with cows. Right, if you have agriculture emissions. Okay. How do cards work? We have to go to page 29. So we add them. Now we start a global project. Draw 2 cards from the global project deck. That is the green deck. We'll shuffle that. Hey, look, we're using color to communicate things. Green is a soft color. It's a nice, friendly color. Choose which one to play and which one to keep. Okay, so once it's met, everything has an effect that happens at the top and a requirement at the bottom, which is a little bit backwards, but once they're fulfilled, they go into play. And look, everyone has a QR code on it, so you can actually find out more about these processes and help support them. So we have 2 options here. If you want to play, you can only have 4 in play at one. Right, okay. Okay, so multi-country insurance pool is an infrastructure project. Once per round, player may ignore the effect of one crisis card if that effect can be reduced by infrastructure resilience. To activate, we have to put 1 money card under it. And this one has to have one electricity symbol, it looks like, per player by anyone, so that's harder to do. Oh, that's nice, right. that project is actually getting people to stop taking fossil fuels out of the ground, which would be great. Let's do that. But it's harder to do, so I'm going to put that at the bottom for now. Creates a discard pile. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got a project that we can work on. We just need one money. Okay, now we have the local stage. Each player works on their own boards, drawing and playing local cards to remove emissions and dirty energy, adding clean energy, increasing resilience, and helping their fellow players. Right. Each player draws 5 cards to add to your hand. Aha! Including the cards. Oh, we already have cards. Yep. So we draw 5 cards from this deck, which I have shuffled a little, but I'll shuffle some more. We're supposed to all work together and look at everyone's stuff. No hand limit. The deck always keeps cycling. Now, am I supposed to have some? I don't know if I'm supposed to have any agricultural stuff. Let me go back. Now, it says on my card that I'm supposed to have some emissions, but it didn't tell me to put down emissions when I set up. Or did I miss a step? Oh, hang on. Yeah. Add your emission tokens. Right. Okay. I missed a step. So we haven't even punched those. So this tells you what kind of emissions you have. So the US has 2 building emissions. It has 1 cow emission, because eating meat is not great for it. It has 1 garbage emission. Yep, we've got to burn all the stuff we make. It has 5 car emissions because they have such a terrible transport network. 3, 4, 5. And it has 1 power network. Some of those cars are upside down. So 5 of those, 1 garbage, 1 cow, 2 whatever that is. I think it could be high density housing maybe, 2 industry, and 1 what looks like drilling for oil maybe? Not really sure what their names are. It might be on a card or on the back. It's, yeah, fuel extraction, industry, yeah, buildings, right. Okay, so we need to do that for China as well. China starts with 6 industry, like that. Six little industry guys. So you're getting a view of me, how I learn rules, I guess, but also how easy this game is to learn. China has 1 cow issue, 2 car issues, car. There's a lovely thick wood. I love cardboard. I love seeing cardboard in games. 2 cars, 2 buildings emissions. So I imagine that's just also from like cities being close together. 1 fuel extraction token. Ah! A little house is moving around. Fuel extraction. And is that everything? Industries, cows, cars, buildings, fuel extraction, garbage. Now, these are approximately uniform. So China has 4 slots left, America has 5. Cool. Alright, so now that's all set up. Now we draw 5 cards each. So I'm going to do the US first. 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Now, what can I do with these cards? There are 3 types of actions available. You may do them in any order as often as you like. Take a local action, start a local project, support a card. So, to do take a local action, each local action in your play area, which there are 5, I have these 5 little cards that I'll be talking about as I go, has an action shown underneath its title. Typically, it only affects your board. Unless otherwise noted, you can take a local action as often as you like, provided you pay the cost and meet the requirements. Costs are typically paid by discarding other cards. Local actions often make use of tags that appear in the corner of the card. Yep, so you're looking for tags, and that's why you want to stack things by supporting a card. to start a local project, you add a card from your hand in front of any stack of cards, making sure the space of the card, space so the tags are all on all the cards behind it are still visible. Okay, so you don't erase it, but you can only do the action that's in front. Yes, but you can do an action, cover that action, and then do the one in front. Very nice. The last thing you can do is support a card by tucking it behind the other cards to support those projects. Yep, that makes sense. You can also support a global project. So that one over there needs something with money on it. So we could do that. I actually didn't draw anything with money on it. So, and then there are crisis cards. Oh yes. So we don't actually know what the crisis cards are going to do yet because they're going to take effect at the end of the turn. But it's reduced by 1 per any card type, I think is what it says. Yeah. We both have cows, so if we put 2 cards under there, we can fix it. Sometimes, yeah, okay, and then we all do that separately. I like that. I don't mind sort of everyone going and doing their own thing in co-op games because that's actually kind of fun. You get to find out what other people are doing. Yeah. Okay, so the actions that I can do as America. First of all, I can engage the Civilian Climate Corps, and that is an action that has some symbols on it. It has, you can see that. It has the purple symbol there, which is society. It has a infrastructure symbol. It has an ecology symbol. So those are symbols that we're looking for. And it also seems to say if you discard a card, you get to add 1 of any type of resilience. Now resilience, I don't know exactly what resilience is for yet, because that's the sort of way that goes with learning things. But that seems good. Next one I have is dirty electricity. Oh, it has money on it, but I can't play a card that's already down. So it's one. I can phase out dirty electricity. I can discard a card to remove a bad energy per money symbol, and there's only 1 there, but that's not bad. Clean energy, discard a card to draw 3 and keep 1. So that's research and development. Yep, that seems like a good card. Only can do that once per light bulb, so that sort of indicates science. Climate debt reparations, give 1 card from your player to another player. Okay, that's handy. Once per solidarity. Now, when it says the limit there, meet the requirements, makes use of tags. Right, so you can't use tags that are just across everything. So even though there's a social tag on the Climate Corps, it doesn't help with the climate debt reparations. That's fair. Then we have clean electricity plants, discard a card to add greens per electricity card. So I've actually got a bunch of solidarity cards, but I don't know how much I want to give to China at this point. So I'm looking for things that I can stack. I didn't draw any money, so I can't make the electricity fade out better. And all my other things are have green and pink, which is ecology and regulation, actually making laws to make things better. So maybe I do want to trade some cards. My other cards, wilderness protection, lets me get more green, which is pretty good. And I can do it as much as I have the ecology symbol, so that seems like a pretty good card. And regenerative agriculture lets me do that per pink symbol I have, which are also pretty good. So what I might do is I seem to have let me see, got a lot of ways to just build resilience in this hand, which seems pretty good. So what I might do is I'm going to I don't have, yeah, no, I do have ways to get social resilience. So I'm going to play, I'm going to say that I don't need to trade cards very much. So I'm going to put this universal basic services down on top of there, so now I have 2 symbols, and then if I discard a card, I get 2 social resistance because I have 2 of those symbols. And in fact, actually, no, I'm going to play. Yep, so we'll do that. I'll get rid of. I don't want to get rid of any cards. What I might do instead then is that one doesn't cost anything but requires pink. This is actually really interesting choices. So this card is discard a card and you get as many social resilience as you can as per symbol. And this card is get as many social symbols without discarding a card, but it depends on pink symbols, which I do not have. I don't want to put it behind there to support that. So what I might do is just go over the R&D with supply chain resilience and then put this one in front. So I'm not doing a lot of discarding, but now I have this action, which is, wait, what was that one I was covering up? Draw 3, keep 1. Yeah, we won't do that. Let's just see, because I don't know what the cards are like. So now financial risk regulations is gain social support from every pink in that chain, which is 2. So I get 2 social resilience. Suddenly the American people are getting sorting themselves out. I'm not going to discard any cards right now, although getting rid of bad things would be good. Getting rid of bad things is good. I'm also, actually, you know what, I could have actually put even this one behind there as well, and then I could have got 3 of those, because I have 3 pinks in that column. So that's a nice amount of resilience. And then this one can go here, and I have 2 greens, so I get 2 those kinds of resilience. So I don't know exactly what resilience does, but I now have a bunch of it for America. Seems good. I didn't get rid of anything because I ran out of cards, so I didn't get rid of any dark energy or any bad energy or make any more green energy, unfortunately. So China's turns, and they're drawing from the same deck, which, by the way, is huge. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so China's got clean energy plants would be nice. Resilience volunteers is much the same. Discard a card to get any kind of resilience. Draw 2 per money and keep any cards that reduce your electricity or whatever that symbol is, or reduce any emission. That's pretty good. You can export green tech to other players. Hey, that's nice. Alright, so I don't have any light bulbs, so I can't make that action better, but it seems like a pretty good action. Discard a card to add a green and then get rid of a black. That seems pretty good for solar plants. You must have a energy infrastructure symbol. I think that's what that is. That is electricity grid. Okay. I can't improve that grid action at all. Degrowth movement. That gives you more solidarity symbols. No, it lets you move your houses down. Wow. Okay, that's quite good. Basically, you get to reduce how much your people use electricity and stuff. So I'm actually going to build that. I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to activate it. Yep, so I have 2 solidarity, which means I can move my house down by 1. Now I believe I'm going to move it up by 2 every round anyway, so we're going to have to crank that up if we can. What else have we got? We've got wind plants. Discard a card which works the same as solar plants. They're basically the same. Nuclear plants. doesn't get rid of bad tech, but does increase good tech. Requires pink. And nature restoration. Discard a card to add ecological thing per pink. Now, I don't have any ecological resistance, and I'm not sure I can share it. So what I might do, since solar and wind are very, very similar, I'm going to discard a card to get rid of, to use my dirty electricity phase out to get rid of a bad energy. So I have one there. Then I'm going to put nature restoration on top of that. And that gives me 2 pinks. And I'm going to get rid of nuclear plants because I'm a bit worried about them. So I discard that to get 2 ecological resilience. So basically my strategy this first round is get tons of resilience because I don't know what's coming up. Now, I actually, I'm going to put this, oh, it doesn't have money, hang on, I may have done that wrong. Yeah, I can't just discard a card under our multicultural thingy. I can put a card under deforestation to just help it. I can draw 2 per money symbol I have, which is 2. I get to keep any that reduce bad power or emissions, which is 0. Oh well. Okay, so some of them actually require you to build up big, big chains of stuff. And I can give 1 or 2 to my neighbors over there of green energy. Now, if I do that, I'm going to have not enough energy to pay my 11, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But I've used all my cards now. And okay, so we've done all that. Now we move to the emission stage. Players total the amount of carbon emissions generated as cubes, sequester as many as they can, and add the rest to the thermometers. First, players review their player board to ensure that they can meet their energy demand. The total number of dirty energy plus clean energy must equal or exceed your energy demand. Right, so you have to go up to your houses. You can't let people be in the dark. If you do, you must have communities in crisis, and as they build up, bad things happen. If we have too many on your board, you lose. What's the other way to lose? You lose if all the temperature things are out, I think. Yeah, if you get to 2 degrees above, you're going to lose. Really dark. Yeah, so if anyone has 12 or more communities in crisis, yeah. Right, and you win by the moment you remove more carbon from the atmosphere than you produce. Right. Whew. Okay, so we're at the emission stage. So out of the total number of dirt energy tokens plus emissions tokens. Oh dear, okay. This is where we go. This is where the rubber hits the road. I didn't get rid of any of that stuff. I was trying to build up resilience instead of turning things down. So I have 4 bad browns and 12 those. So that's 16. So I'm making 16 carbon. Goes up there. And China is doing 8 plus what appears to be 13, so that's 21. So that's a really bad start. That's a total of 37 carbon. Right. Count all your dirty energy, even if you can meet your demands with clean. Removing your dirty energy is a great way to reduce your emissions, but you have to be able to clean to remove it. Okay, then sequester the carbon cubes from it. Cover the equivalent value of trees, ocean, and direct air capture tokens on the central board. Do we have any direct air capture? I think we only have green and yeah, we haven't got any direct air. They didn't tell us to put any direct air out. Let's have a look. I don't think so. Go back through Mr. Rulebook. I guess that's something we can put out. So having not a great first term, we've all learned a terrible, terrible lesson of how bad things are. Yeah. Okay, so we have 6 lungs of the earth trees. So we have 6 done there. Yeah, and so this is sort of a tracking thing. Put the carbon there, we've got 4 over there, so basically we've got some change there. The oceans absorbed 4, and the trees absorbed, oh wait, no, hang on, I haven't set this up for 2 players, I set it up for 1 by accident. There should be a bit more absorption on the board. I really like these mechanics though. Simple, tough choices, interesting. Not just moving cubes around yet. So with 2 players I should have 11 trees. So add another tree and we should have 7 oceans. Right. Okay, so we can now get rid of another one of those. And we effectively have 3 there. So we went up. So we can add, it's going to be a change of 2 there. We had, no, change of 3, yeah. Okay, so after all that, we end up with 20 left over. That's not great. That's not great, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bad start. If you have nothing left, you win. Woo! Oh, you have to have +1. That's interesting. Nothing left, and there are remaining uncovered things. Everything left goes on the thermometer. Take them from the thermometer. Take them from the thermometer. What does that mean? What does that mean? Why not set this up right? It didn't tell me to do that. I think you mean put them on the thermometer? Not take them from the thermometer? Continuously stressing carbon onto the board, but instead of taking the tube, take them from the thermometer. Oh, right. That's if you reached right down. If you didn't, right. So we have 20, which means we're filling up that first band immediately. The temperature has already gone up 0.1 degrees. That's bad. Oh, actually, hang on, that's not true. Only fill columns equal to the number of players. Okay, so in that case, we've actually gone up 2 degrees because there's less players. That's very bad. That's very bad. Whenever a row is completely filled with cubes, okay. Each band was at 0.1 degrees. How many times you roll a planetary effects dice? Whenever you add a temperature band to a space that shows a higher number of crisis cards that you added in the global stands, you must immediately draw additional cards to resolve this round face down. We didn't go up, that's good. Okay, wow. So we're not doing great. Crisis stage. Now we resolve those things. Some we saw coming, some we didn't. Alright, so first thing we do is roll the die each time for each temperature band on the thermometer. So we must roll the dice twice. Now this dice is a very, very bad die that we do not like. It makes bad things happen. Okay. it may lead us to okay, so luckily nothing can tip. Oh, some things can tip. Okay, so desertification went up by 1 because I rolled that. And the next roll is acidification of the oceans. Both very bad things. Didn't like that. But we didn't get to tipping point. Okay. If it reaches a tipping point, then it adds its bad thing. But we didn't reach any tipping points. So some of them basically are uppy downy all the time. Some of them only have tipping points at the end. And that's good. Then we go and resolve the crisis cards. We have to resolve all of them. Okay, flip the card. Okay, so first of all, we flip it face up. It isn't. Choose whose target. Some crisis cards affect every player. Some only affect the player who meets certain criteria. If it's tied, roll the geoengineering dice. Lowest roll is targeted. Okay. Remove 1 tree per player who has agricultural missions targets. Okay, so that's just everybody. We reduced it by 1, so we lost a tree because too many cows. Okay. Some crisis cards can be reduced if you ignore if cards have certain tags tucked under them. Yep, carry out the effects, discard the crisis card and anything that was tucked under. Okay, so, right, now we have a look. We also have displacement of people. The player with the lowest social resistance, which is China, moves 3 communities in crisis to the player to the left. Moves. Okay, so these people migrate. Yep. That's no good. And then we have another deforestation. Remove a tree per 1 turn per player. So that's 2 players. We didn't tuck anything. So we lose 2 more trees. That's no good. That's bad. We needed those trees. Okay, then, yep, we didn't add any extra communities in crisis, which is good. That's good. I feel like we need 1 more container for this game. But we'll manage. I guess I'll get a little bag for those things. Plastic. All right. Yeah, if you get too many communities in crisis, you just can't plan as much. You may lose resilience, you may lose trees, you may lose ocean. If you can't lose resilience, you get communities in crisis. For each one you can't lose. Same thing if you can't lose trees. Alright, some things will take your cards away. Okay. Then we have an example of play. Now the growth stage. We didn't win. Boo. Alright, so you have to survive that last crisis to actually get through the end of the turn. That's no fun. That's just like freedom. If we have the drawdown, you win. Otherwise, advance the round. Oh, okay, so there's not actually that many rounds. You only have 6 rounds to play. So it's going to be short and swift, just like climate days. Now, increase how many people need power. So we now have 8 billion people and 13 billion people or something in China. Yep, and the majority world grows even bigger than China. All right. Game ends when we either reach drawdown or we hit the top temperature band, we run out of time, or we have too many claimants in climate. Okay, and that's it. then there's just some things that make it harder. All right, let's go back and start again. So we've got these handy dandy playthings which tell us what to do. We now know what we're doing. Very easy to teach. It's just about these things. Okay, so we get all this carbon that we made off the board. Bye-bye carbon. Off you go. Off you go, son. And right, that's also some carbon. We start again. So the first thing that happens each turn is, oh no, it doesn't have a sequence of play on it. That's annoying. Oh, it's on the back. There we go. Okay, so the first thing you do is you add crisis tokens. Now we're still adding 3. That's okay. We draw 3. We look at one of them, which is desertification. Everyone loses an ecological resilience. And we have 2 we can't see. We can tuck under that to protect ourselves. That's good. Next step, start the global project. Oh, we forgot to do the global project. We didn't draw anything good for it, that's why. The global project, draw 2. All right, what can we do? Migrants' rights agreements. Each player may give up 2 of their communities in crisis to any one player that has 3 or more society tags in play area. Okay, so that lets you shift bad things around, but we don't need that because we don't have an issue with that at the moment. Global research and development. You may discard cards tucked under here to draw 3 local project cards. They add 1 of their choice to their hand, discard the rest per card. You have to put ideas under here. Okay, well we'll start with that one then. And that just seems to be automatically in play. Yeah, they're just tucked to activate. Right, cool. Alright, so then we're at step 2. America's going to go first again, because America's in charge! Yay! Alright, here we go. I have industrial electrification. Increase your population, but get rid of industrial bad thingies. Okay, that's pretty good. This is going to be lots of tough choices though. This lets you discard cards per pink to get rid of housing things. Okay, that's okay. Well-being budget. Discard 2 cards. Ooh, that is good. Discard 2 cards to remove 1 type of emission and lower your population demand. Per coin. Okay, that's really good, but it is also the first coin I've seen. I wouldn't mind starting the multicultural country insurance pool. Let's see what China gets. 2, 3, 4, 5. China has a money. And it's about clean energy rules. It lets you just get rid of bad energy, which is not bad. And other things. So yeah, okay, these are actually really interesting cards. They're not obvious. I'm going to get China though to discard that, so that we now have the multicultural pool. No ideas to add into the global research and development. And same here, no ideas. Okay, so back to America. We definitely want to get rid of some of these emissions. That's really important. So I like the well-being budget, but we have to lose cards to do it. And the circular economy is actually cheaper, so it depends on pinks. Can we get to 5 pinks? That would give us 4 pinks. Patents regulations, give a card from your hand to another player. I can see that being really useful, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to tuck this patents regulation under there, giving us 1, 2, 3, 4 pinks, and then I can get a ton of social resilience, 4 points of social resilience for free. Then I'm going to play circular economy on top of that. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pinks, which allows me to get rid of an emissions. We'll get rid of cars, and we'll reduce how many people live there. Now the problem is that hasn't brought us under, so we still need to have one less person somehow, or one more energy. So there's a lot to discuss in this game. But China can certainly give a green energy over here to America, which is nice. But now China's in trouble because China needs to produce huge amounts of more energy to keep up with its growing population. So I've covered my energy. I'm going to go look at China's energy needs because that's going to be tricky. First of all, I'm going to activate emissions technology, draw 2 cards, keep any cards that reduce emissions or electricity. We have one here, which is plant-rich diets. Yes, eat less meat, eat more plants. That's a good idea. It requires ideas. Getting rid of cows does seem pretty good, but there's only one cow. So we might want to, requires ideas as well. It does give us another coin, which lets us draw a lot more cards. So I might actually put that under emissions technology. Now we've got all these things that, okay, we need those things, we don't have them, that's annoying. Yeah, resilience is actually not helping us at the moment. What we need is ways to reduce our houses. And get green energy. We need 3 green energy. So what we might do is okay, these ones just help you trade. So I'm going to use this twice. I'm going to discard 2 cards to get 2 green energy. Green, green. We can probably take some communities in crisis right now. We don't. That's horrible, but we really probably can. So if we put this card in play, we could have put this card in play first, and it doesn't require anything. So I'm going to put it there. So every time you take an action that adds 2 greens, you may get rid of a black, so we're going to do that as well. So we added 2 greens and got rid of a black. And then, so that's going to give us 2 communities in crisis. But we can drop out down by 1 using our degrowth movement. And I guess we will actually have a lot of ecological resilience right now. So I'm going to put this here in the hope that we can get the degrowth movement coming up as fast as we can. Right, so that's those things. Now we check demand. Now what happens if, oh hang on, America's got more cards. Whoopsie doodle. Well-being budget's pretty good. This will let us Yeah, this is actually better for China, this card. Well-being budget is pretty good. So I think I'm going to put the well-being budget on top of... do I want to do that first? I don't know about alternative refrigeration. I think I might actually put this under desertification to just make it better. Or keep it for the well-being budget. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put that there for well-being budget, and then I can only do it once, but I'm going to discard these two cards, even though that is good for China, to lose any kind of emission. I guess you want to keep variety and move back one step. So, and then I can get a bunch more. I can get 2 more environmental resistance because we look after our animals, and we can't do either of those because we don't have any cards left. Yeah, those discard ones, tough. All right, so it's a quick game. All right, so now we check demand. China is missing 1, so it gets a community in crisis for each one it can't pay. Yep, and then we add admissions based on all your bad stuff. Right, it's not good. Okay, so 4 and 10, 14 coming from the US. And China has 6 and 13 is 19. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is not good. Okay. Then we get to sequester, go trees. Get rid of 15 of it. Oh, that means. And then we can put that there, which goes up a level. Hooray! But we only go up a little bit of a level. We go up almost 2 levels. I really like these. Actually, I thought these were going to be annoying, but these 5s and 1s are really nice. Then bad things happen. We have gone up. We haven't gone up an extra card. But we're going to have to roll the dice a lot. Oh, this is a punishing game, but in an interesting way. 6. Whoop, that's the wrong dice. Okay, so deforestation, desertification reaches critical levels. Remove a tree token per player. I hate living on this planet. 3 rolls of the dice. Acidification of the fish. Add 2 carbon cubes per player to the thermometer. Oh, that's bad. Alright, so that puts us 1 more level up. Which means we're going to have to roll another time. And and actually draw an extra card into the pile. Oh, yeah, okay, so we've got 2 more rolls. Wind, destabilization of the weather station, that's what we want, that's fine. And deforestation of the Amazon. Okay, cool. And now this card, everyone loses an ecological resilience. That's okay because we put in a ton of it. Probably put in a bit too much of it for the first game. We've really got to get those carbon levels down. So that's that first crisis. And then we've got 3 more crises. Democracy erosion. Everyone loses a social resilience. Yeah, that's fucking accurate. At least it's nice to play to people who understand this stuff. Air pollution. Play with the most transport emissions, which is America. Adds community in crisis per temperature band. That's 4. Oh, that's a lot of communities in crisis. Right, yep. That is a lot of communities in crisis. Now, when you get your first 3 communities in crisis, you're okay. But when you get to 4, you start getting cards because you're so busy looking after people, you can't plan for the future. Last one, displacement. The player with the lowest social resilience, which is China, moves 3 communities in crisis to the player to their right. Okay. Constant displacement of peoples. Well, that could have been worse. We didn't win. We advanced to America. America goes up by 1. China goes up by 2. And back we go. Add 4 crises. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them we can see. Oil industry negligence. The player with the most communities in crisis loses 2 infrastructure resilience. But you ignore it if you tuck a bridge symbol, which represents just building infrastructure. Right, nice. Okay. Right. Okay. We don't want to do that, but that should be pretty easy. Unfortunately, I get to draw less cards. We got to start a global project. You have this one now, which is nice. Draw 2. Okay, ecological protection setup. Once per round, each player may ignore the effects of a crisis card if that effect reduces ecological resilience. That's okay, but we actually have a fair bit of that. Each player starts global efficiency, starts a local project with a regulation tag. They reduce their okay, right. Yes, we're going to do that. I'm going to activate it straight away because we've got tons of pink. Fantastic. So every time when a player plays something with a pink, every single time they reduce their energy demand. Amazing. Solar power. Perfect. Right, China, you're doing so well. China's going to get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Good times for China. Let's play some pink if we can. We got a pink. Luxury consumption tax. Oh, look at, it's got a picture of a mad rich person who doesn't get to use his jet. Oh, so important. Draw 2 cards per pink and keep all the cards that reduce missions or pinky things. Hey, that's really good. Except where are we going to put it? We don't have a big pile of pink that we can use. But we could maybe convert this one. Food waste reduction. Okay, we've got 1 card with a bridge on it, so I'm going to immediately put that under the oil industry negligence to stop that from happening. China is then going to definitely use its social power, its degrowth movement to move our demand down by 1. Then it's going to play on top of that luxury consumption tax, which is a pink. So we're going to drop down by 1 again. And then draw 2 per pink and keep all cards that reduce emissions. So I draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Nope. Oh, some of these are good. Nope. And nope. No good research today. That's unfortunate. But we can then draw 4 more and keep them as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. No. Oh, that's a good card, but I can't keep it. Nope, those are all about helping people. Stupid people! Alright, so that didn't work. We can give green energy to America, but we don't want to. Here we go. What else we got? Wind and solar R&D and electrical R&D. Oh, okay. Hang on. This is good. We finally got a electrical grid thing, which I'm going to actually not put there, but I'm going to put here because I actually... actually, that's a tough choice. Because if I can get more of the things, I can put more of them there. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to put this one over here. Draw 7 and keep all cards that have grid or ideas on them. That's pretty good. It's always 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, anything that has electricity or research, so that's a research card, that's a research card, that's a research. Oh yeah, we got 4 out of that. Let's double check. Yep. Okay. So, okay, that lets you look at what's coming. That's handy. So does that. Those are very similar cards, but that one's better. Oh, it's harder to trigger. This one lets you get rid of a climate card for discarding a card, which you need for money. That's okay, I'll hang on. I didn't get any with infrastructure though. Discard a card to discard a face-up crisis card. Okay, also good. Requires 4 pink. Definitely lots of good cards. But none of them actually had the symbol I was looking for, which was the bloody infrastructure thing. So we've got power, which isn't any good for us. We've got solar, we've got yeah, nothing we can really stack here. We've done that drawing, we've done that drawing. Okay, now we can discard some cards. So I'm going to discard this one. This one. This one. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to research solar and wind power because we've got energy infrastructure instead. We're going to instead just improve the grid with clean energy. We're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards and get 5 green energy. Every time you earn at least 2 of those, you may take 1 of those off. So that's nice. Right, that was good. And then we might tuck this under here so that we can have a global R&D fund. And we might actually use it straight away. Actually, in case, let's just see if we've got one of those. Yes, we did. Okay, cool. So what we actually would have done then is played that first and then got 10 renewable energies. And now we need that bloody trade thing back. But that's it. Oh, and yep, that's it. Okay, so we didn't get rid of a lot, but we have so much clean energy now. That's good. We're way up on that. Now, America hasn't even drawn their cards. They only get 4 because they've got cleansing and crisis. Okay, we don't need that. It gives us resilience. So I can't really see a place to put that. We'll probably discard it. Infrastructure is useful, but it's probably better used somewhere else. Rewilding, yeah, we've got lots of that. Oh yeah, that's good. Green building codes will give us more money, so we'll put some more, ignore the ability to get the resilience out of that, we'll put that in there, and then we can discard 2 cards, which will be these 2. To get rid of an emission, because again, and lower our population demand. So we're all living nice, juice lives, which is great. Now we have this 1 card left. We've got lots of other actions we can do. We will, yeah, we haven't got anything that gets rid of that. Oh, we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get rid of an emission thing. Now that can be, does that mean it's an emission type, right? Yeah, it doesn't count as dirty energy. Yep, so we'll get rid of industrial energy, and we'll reduce our population down again. Super good. We'll discard a card to get another green energy. Yeah, it's actually not too hard to get green energy. The problem is the systems that are still there. We will then get 2 more environmental resilience, ecological resilience, I should say. So we got to 6. So getting a little bit of momentum with some of these great cards. We didn't start a local project with pink, unfortunately, so we didn't get to go down for that. But we're way up on our energy ship, so that's good. Okay, next step. We're all good for demand. We've covered that. We then create 4 and so 12 is created by America. China creates 18. Okay, so it's going down. Five of it goes to the trees, 5 of it to the oceans, 3 of it goes to those, to the remaining tree and ocean, leaving us with 17. There's 2 on the map already. So that's a level, and then it's not quite a whole level. We go up to 9. Which doesn't actually equal an extra card, but now we're up to the crisis. Now we do these first. We have to roll the dice 5 times. Okay, Arctic ice. Arctic ice. Where's the rules for those? That's the one thing that should be on a card somewhere. It's probably on the back. Yep. Add 2 carbon cubes per player to the thermometer. No, I don't want that. That's bad. Right, well, that adds another goddamn thing coming out of the goddamn ocean, which does add another goddamn card. Okay, and then that was the first roll. Second roll, we have permafrost melting, which adds cubes to the recent emissions for next turn. A bit more Arctic ice. Acidification, 2 more rolls. Permafrost and deforestation of the Amazon, which means add a carbon cube per player and remove a tree per player. Oh, that is bad. So 2 there, and we lose another tree and another tree. So we're going into 4 trees. That's good. It's good. Interesting tempo. Right, we survived. Now we've got the climate things. Now, we stopped the oil industry from being negligent with that lovely card discard. What else is going? Energy Charter Treaty. Player with the most clean energy tags, which is China, must discard 2 cards with those tags, with energy tags. We didn't tuck anything under it, so we've got to lose. Actually, we might want to lose that because now we can give it away. That's okay. We have to lose the other one. So, unfortunately, because of global politics, we are losing 2 of those. One of those is my start card. Whoops. Boo, because that was nice. Okay, fossil fuel industrial sabotage. The player with the most dirty energy tokens, which is China, loses 2 dirty energy tokens. So they go down to 3. If they can't meet energy demand, they must add communities in crisis equal to the gap. Yeah, but guess what? We can. We don't mind if terrorists blow up our plants. Bring it. Lovely. Hooray for terrorists. Capital strike. Play with the most regulation tags, which is pink, which I think would be me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a tie. Must discard 2 cards with their tags, so we roll off. America gets a 4, China gets a 4, America gets a 3, China gets a 3, America gets a 5, China gets a 4. So America has the most, has to lose 2 pinks. That's annoying. I guess we'll lose. Do we want to go back there? Yeah, no, we don't. We want to keep that. So we're going to lose these 2, I think. And water pollution. Player with the most industry emissions, China, adds 1 community in crisis per temperature band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. Reduce by. Oh no, yeah, we can't do that. Wait, hang on. Can we? Oh, it has to be. Yeah, yes, we can. Just check. Most of these are tucked. Yeah, they're all tucked ones. We can't reduce those, but can we reduce them if we have other things? Oh, they're not discarded. Okay, I think I made a mistake somewhere. Right. So, unfortunately, I have no way to reduce that because I've run out of social cohesion last time. So I get 6 communities in crisis. I don't want communities in crisis. I don't want them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'll also be drawing on fewer cards. Right, and then we haven't won. We advance the random taker, and we increase the energy demand, which is actually okay. And we start again. All right, round 4. Crisis cards. We are at 5 crisis cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see one of them coming. Global crop failures. Each player adds a community crisis per. Wow. Okay, so we can only reduce it by social resilience. So China's going to need that. Global projects. We love global projects. Industrial emissions reductions. Okay, players may discard a card from their hand to remove an industry token from their board. Players may do this any number of times they want, but you can only do this if someone has no industry on one player's board. Get rid of housing. Industry is probably the bigger one, so we're going to do that. Okay. All the others are nicely active and ready to go. Oh, none of those, yeah. Alright, draw 4 cards each. We'll do China again first because they've got all the cascading effects. Okay, we'll start with this one. We have 2 pink, so draw 4 and keep everything that reduces energy or emissions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tear through these decks. No, 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 and no. Draw 2 per money, and same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 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 and no. Wow. Rude. Okay, so those are those 2 effects. So we really got to get emissions down. We've got to get social resilience up. We have no way of doing either of those things. Didn't draw anything that does that. Okay, efficiency regulations can go in. Man, we don't want to do that. There's no point to keep adding green energy. It doesn't help us. Yeah, okay, so these cards, these are not good cards. I can put this one here and just drop that down by 1, so going up a bit slower, but that just means we'll get a few extra rounds. These cards suck. These cards absolutely suck. And none of them have light bulbs. And you just get more green energy, which is bloody useless. But it will help us for that. Alright, so actually we can put this here so that we have more on the grid, and then we can discard 1 card, which will be the nuclear power again, to get 3 more green energy. Yep. And every time we get at least 2, we get rid of 1, so that's good. Yeah, so just tons of green energy coming in. Doesn't matter because we've still got the old systems. America. Yeah, I think I actually shouldn't have. Somewhere there's a crisis card that made me. I think I used my resilience up maybe when I shouldn't have. Oh, I should have 1 less there because I forgot about the resilience there. No, must have been. I could have sworn I had a ton of social resilience somehow. Was it this water pollution? No, that was the one that just hit me. Democracy erosion, I think, is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay. Still in trouble. We need to find a way to give China social stuff because they're just going to get absolutely crushed by global crop failures, which are bad. Alright, so we definitely want to do circular economy. We will get rid of this and drop that down. And that means we can trigger this. You may discard a card from their hand to remove an industry emission token from their board. So China will now do that and get rid of this. And I don't have any anymore. Okay, community ownership gives us more green, doesn't get rid of bad. Wow, it's really hard to get rid of bad energy, isn't it? Okay, we've got the well-being budget, we can use it. We don't care about nuclear power, so we can spend that card. We don't really care about solar power. Get rid of those two. Actually, we do it twice, I think. It's probably the best. So we can do it. Get that down to there, and we'll get rid of cars. Oh yeah, look. Even if we lose, in America without car dependency, that's a beautiful world. We get all the goddamn environmental resiliency that we can have. I can't discard, can I? Once I'm in, I'm trapped. Yeah, you can draw a local draw. You can take an action by activating it. You can start a project, or you can support a project. Yeah. You can't discard. Okay, so we've done circular economy. We're not doing those two because we just don't need green power. We need to get rid of emissions. That's all we can do. I think we're about to lose because the global crop failures are just going to murder us in China. Yep, there's nothing we can do about that. As soon as we get to the crisis cards, even if we don't lose from that, actually we might even lose from that though, from all the carbon we're producing. We did pretty good. We got America completely out of industrialization, massively reduced the population, poured out green energy, but we didn't get enough cards to get rid of our emissions. We didn't play enough cards to get rid of our emissions. That's probably what happened. Circular economy, amazing card. Yeah, if I could have shared some cards around maybe with climate debt reparations. Yeah, there's nothing we can do to stop China from ticking over. So, global crop failures, unfortunately, terribly realistically, as the global crop show, China enters a period of mass starvation, and everybody dies, and we lose. Interesting. You can reduce things if you have resiliency, but they tend to hit the people with the least resiliency, which is very freaking accurate. So, yeah, that's really tough. A hard game, but not an unfair game. And yeah, I think you're going to really have to concentrate on yeah, I built up a lot of resiliency early on that I didn't really need. But definitely, yeah, as I say, it feels fair. We were getting a little bit of momentum at the end there. We had a little bit of bad luck, but we had a little bit of good luck. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was 85 minutes. Interesting playtime. Yeah, so with 2 to 4 players, probably at 90 minutes, maybe a little longer. And that was Daybreak.